Mike's Daily Podcast.
2001. Episode 2001. I'm Mike Matthews. Welcome to our show today. A week is beginning that hopefully will be better.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Are you thinking about April 7th the way I am? April 7th is supposedly the day when things get back to normal. And then we'll have to go and be formal and dressed up. Like, that date is just so abstract. Do you think it will remain intact? Because there's no... How do we know, right? So it'd be nice.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And then we'll be close to Good Friday. And my job lets me have Good Friday off. So that's nice.
Mike's
We'll see
Daily
if we'll be able to go outside
Podcast
on Good Friday. What's interesting is, like I mentioned on the last podcast, I saw a lot of people on Sunday out and about. And in Podcastro Valley, the place to go when it's a beautiful day that's close by is Lake Chabot. And there was no parking. It's that many people. In fact, we didn't actually go to Lake Chabot because... well, there was no place to park near it, so we went to this other park. There's a lot of parks around there. The big, huge, wide expanse of area, this secondary park. We walked around there, and people, it wasn't packed. People were, there was lots of room. When you saw people walk by, everybody kept 6 feet away from each other. I guess in New York, though, with Central Park, also a very large park, but still so many people going to this one particular area, it got a little too many people, and Como lost it. Said, no, stay in. But it's on a beautiful Sunday day, it's going to be difficult to get people to stay in. At any rate, I did stay in for the rest of the day and watched a Benny Hill documentary. A fan of Benny Hill's explained his story. I had no idea that, he had such a long career in England.
And here's today's podcast picture. Lake
Siskiyou. I think I said the name right. That's in the Lake Shasta area. I took this picture a couple weeks back. Gosh, it was a month ago. And this is a neat little area by the dam. And there was snow on the mountains, and you can see the picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. There was a sunset happening. I need a good long rest. I need to work from home. That's what I need to do. Just stay home. I was able to stay home last Monday. It was a sick day, but they made me work anyway, so it wasn't much of a sick day. But this is the thing. It's Basil. Likes it when I'm at home. Yes. But, yeah, Benny Hill, I did not know this, he passed away watching TV in his house. That's what it said in this documentary anyway. And in fact, friends were calling him up saying, hey, Benny, where are you? And he had passed away. He was late 60s, that's how old he was. He had a heart attack a couple years earlier, and they told him he needs a heart bypass, and he said no. So, could he have been kept alive longer had he done that? Possibly. And apparently surrounding him was a bunch of uncashed checks and money. And he stayed in the same apartment that he had been in like his whole life, according to the story. I had once heard a rumor that Michael Jackson was at his funeral, but they didn't mention anything about that in the thing that I was watching. And other stuff, there is, I guess last night was one of those nights. I get home from this other obligation I have, and then I have to be here at 5 a.m. at Cafe anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont, the last place on earth. And yes, we're into the 2000 series here on Mike's Daily Podcast. It's so great. We've gotten over the 2000 hump. I don't know. This is a whole new area. It's amazing. But I got home, and my lovely lady friend is trying to feed the dog, and she drops the dog bowl, and all the kibble flies all over the kitchen floor and all over the house. And I'm like, I'm going to be up for a while. So, yeah, I don't think quite 6 hours of sleep was what I got. And I woke up. I didn't have an alarm wake me up. I just woke up naturally, which meant that I was not waking up quite at the time I wanted to, a little bit later than I usually like to wake up. I like to wake up a little bit earlier, but it woke me up later, and that was awesome. Because you get that little extra sleep, but then, of course, you're late. But then there's nobody on the roads this morning. However, every single stoplight kept turning red in front of me. But there's nobody out here. Yeah, but I'm an essential person going to essential businesses and my essential business in the media. And to wrap up, because I think I've got nothing else, because I'm delirious, because I've got no sleep, is that you just hang in there. Mondays are never good. The news on Mondays is never good. It's not going to be a good day, news-wise. Just hang in there. Tomorrow will be a better day. You can do it. Yes, the story about the coronavirus, the latest thing I heard is that it is such a stealth virus. People walk around with it, don't even know they have it. In America, we need to do way more testing and get more, a handle on it. But we're not doing the testing that we need to be doing. And I've heard various reasons for why that is, but that definitely needs to be ramped up. In countries where they've done testing, like South Korea, where they test everybody before they go outside, or if they've been outside for a while, they test them. It really brings it down, because they're it's like a feedback loop. You get to know what's happening and who's got it, and maybe get a little bit of a better picture why they got it. But the good news is that the coronavirus is not mutating, as some alarmists would have you believe. So they do say social distancing is a good thing if we keep doing that, if we keep avoiding going to Lake Chabot, everybody. But, if we do give each other at least 6 feet of distance, then things will be good, and then we need to do more testing. So we'll see what happens with that. That needs to be done. Hey, look who's here at Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. And you can tell me how you're doing with all this social distancing and trying to get fresh air, but not. We're outside a Cafe Anyway. We're getting something, I think it is similar to fresh air. It's quite nice. And so the different politicians getting coronavirus now. So that has people worried, and that they didn't last night pass the bill they were supposed to pass or get it done in the Senate. That's also going to be part of the wonderful news of Monday. But look who's here outside a Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Hello, Michael Marsh, it's Madame Rootabega. I can't open my eyes. It is so early. Oh. Yes, it's so early. Why are we here? It's so early on a Monday. I hate Mondays. I don't like Mondays. Tell me why. Michael Marcio, I am enjoying this podcast today. Congratulations on over 2,000 episodes. Ooh. Thank you. Did you listen to every one of them? Yes. Did you enjoy them all? Yes. Are you going to now start listening to Adam Carolla? No. Okay. Is he still doing podcasts? He was sort of the father of podcasts for a while. When his podcast came out, he's like, I'm not going to do radio anymore because I'm Adam Carolla. I'm just going to do podcasting. And I'm going to sponsor the crud out of it, so I get a lot of money out of it. Mm-hmm. Look who else is here. Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant. And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Mike, we enjoyed this podcast so far and are happy to hear that you're doing all right there. Yeah, all right. Do you know that? Excellent. I have to train someone a little bit later today. I'm doing a lot of training sessions with this fella. It's going to be an interesting day. All right, here is to a good Monday for you. And here's to doing another podcast tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see. Okay, but it is Mike's Daily Podcast. You can check out the website, mikesdailypodcast.com, to see the podcast picture of the beautiful Lake Siskiyou. Wide open spaces, lots of room to social distance, up there near Mount Shasta, Northern California. So nice. Oh, and we also watched my lovely lady friend while we were staying at home, abiding by the shelter-in-place law, watching, for what a suggestion, whatever it is. This guy, he took the train from Sacramento going all the way up to somewhere north of Klamath Falls in Oregon, just past Crater Lake, and then took the train all the way back. It was a 2-day trip, and he filmed the entire thing, a train trip. So my lovely lady friend and I got to take a train trip without ever leaving. And it went past Mount Shasta. So much beauty in California. So let's keep it going, everybody. Do the best that we can to help our state and help the businesses that have to be closed, but we can help them in other ways. And I don't know what those are, but I thought I would wrap that up with that good sentiment. Okay? Next show, it'll be the next... show will be Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere, the engineer. Thanks for listening. I need some more sleep.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!